Good morning. I'd like to start my talk by asking you some questions. So I hope there will be a little bit of light, so I can see you also when you raise your hand or not. I'd like to ask you, who of you came by train today? Please raise your hand if you came by train. And who of you took the bike to go to the train station? Please raise your hand if you took the bike. And who of you tried to park their bikes really close to the train station? Raise your hand if you tried to park your bike close to the train station. Who of you succeeded in trying to park your bike as close as possible to the train station? And who of you did this at a legitimate spot? Not an illegal parking place, but a legitimate spot. Well, that's quite good. Because what I experience when I go to the train station with a bike, to be sure I took the bus today, but when I go to the train station, I often experience this. That is a parking spot that's filled with bikes, and although there are all signs telling me that it's easy to park my bike, that they're really happy that I came by bike, and that's illegal to not park my bike at a legitimate space, I always find it very hard. I'm frantically searching for a spot to park my bike. And studying human behavior and the social psychology of human behavior has learned me so far that it's really, really difficult to do good. I try to do it every day, but I experience that it's really difficult. And that's not the only thing I've learned. Being also a scientist really studying communication, I also learned that there's a lot of bad communication out there. And this communication is often, it's about an art to communication. I like to call it the art to communication. It's not inspiring. No, it's telling us what we should do, as if, in most cases, we are not aware of what we should do, especially in the public domain. When it comes to don't drink or drive, I know that I should not drink and drive. And I know that some food is not good for me. And I know that it's good to give up smoking. And I know that it's good to save the earth. I know that, but there is so much communication constantly telling me that this is what I should do, instead of inspiring me how to do this, how to do good. Each time I experience that it's difficult to do good. And another example is that when I go to my dentist, that we have this half-yearly ritual in which she checks my teeth, and that's basically she's very satisfied, and I trust her. I think she's very friendly, and I think she's an expert on what she's doing. And then at the end of this visit, she always advises me, okay, it looks really nice, but maybe you should use some dental floss. And I think, okay, that's a good advice. So I go home, and next time I'm in the supermarket, I buy this little box of dental floss. And I come home, and I put this little box of dental floss next to the other three I already have. So apparently I'm good at buying boxes of dental floss, but I'm not so good at using them, because although it says soft and silk, it's quite bloody and nasty. So I'm rather ambivalent about this dental floss business. So again, I know what's good, but it's difficult to do good. And I feel often like these bulls, trying to run up the hill, and knowing that I want to be there, but somehow there are all kinds of forces drawing me back. So I try and get frustrated. There are external forces, not enough parking space, but also there are internal forces, impulses in myself. I'm quite selfish, and this is I like this graph a lot. This is from the study of Hoffman. It has been published a month or 3 ago, and it shows from people in Germany, a little town in Germany, their desires, what it is that they desire throughout the day. This is a week of these people. And what you see is that, for instance, when you look at food, we only do not desire food when we are asleep. And then we have a constant desire of food. And it's the same with media use, and these are impulses we have inside ourselves. And so I want to work hard, of course, but I also want to have a lot of social contact. And that sometimes this is colliding with each other. There's contrast in what I want and what I like. So again, I experience it's difficult to do good. because there are external forces seducing me to do not good, and internal forces also seducing me to do the things that are not good for my health, for sustainability, for whatever. So to feel it for yourself how difficult this sometimes is, I like you to look at these two columns. And for those who are Dutch, they can use the groot, groot, klein column. And those who are non-Dutch, they can use the big, big, small. It's very easy if I'm going to assign to you the task to read out loud what's there. That's big, big, small, small, big. But what if I'm going to ask you to not just read out what's there, but just for yourself, say to yourself when it's written in a big font or a small font. So just for 3 or 4 seconds, try to shout out for yourself whether it's written in a big font or a small font. Take one of the two columns. You can also do it in Dutch. Just for 3 seconds. I'm just going to watch. Shout out loud. Okay, thank you. That's the 3 seconds. I'm still 9 minutes left, so I'm going to... So what you see here is that if I'm going to ask you to do this rational task of just reading out big, big, small, small, big, big, small, small, that can be very fast. I can do it very fast. But if I have to say, okay, is it written big or small? Then I'm going, okay, this is big, or this is small, small, big. Then I have to think, because my impulses say, no, that's written something different. And this is a Stroop test. It's taken from Kahneman, very famous book he has written. But this is a Stroop test. And it's showing that we have impulses that do not go in line with our rational tasks we sometimes have. And what I've experienced throughout the years and in the studies we've done, that the world is like this Stroop test. Every day we face these tasks that are very difficult. And this is why it's very difficult to go up the hill, because there are forces, somehow impulses inside ourselves, outside ourselves. And if you really, really, really want to create change, whether this is big or small, then maybe we should do something different. Not trying to communicate constantly to people what they should do, because we lack the willpower. We lack the amount of self-regulation. And we lack the amount of possibility to monitor our own behavior. And we need another kind of communication or another kind of infrastructure surrounding us to really make or do the kind of behavior that's good. So not communicate because it only frustrates what people should do, but really help them. So what could we do? We know it's difficult to do good, so what should we do? I was thinking about it also. And working together with people that design products, I thought, okay, maybe we should think in TouchPoint, have a kind of TouchPoint communication. TouchPoints is about those little moments of truth you have each day. What should I do? I can go left, I can go right. Left is not good, right is good. And we have these crossroads every day. If I'm in the shower, I have to maybe use the shower for 3 minutes, but it's warm, it's nice, I'm going to take 5 minutes. That's not good. Maybe there should be a touch point telling me, now you have to go out of the shower. It's always so thinking in touch with, what does that mean? It's like this. You can tell people that they should save water, or you can just design something that makes it easy for them to use a little bit less water. Another example I really like about thinking in touch and how to solve, I think it's an issue you can all relate to. How you stand up in the morning, you feel good about yourself, and you say to yourself, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to work all day, and then after dinner, I'm going to exercise. And then after a hard day work, around 7, it's dark outside, a little bit raining, you think, you know what? I'm going to exercise tomorrow. And not even not going to exercise, we're going to sit on the couch. You're going to watch some television. And then around 10, you feel a little bit hungry. You think, okay, this is time for a snack. And you know, you have this bag of potato chips hanging around there. And you're going to go over there and take, and you say to yourself, I'm not going to finish the whole bag. I'm just going to take some of those potato chips. And then around 11:30, of course, you finish the whole bag. And not only you finish the whole bag, you've also drink 2 or 3 beers, and you've watched too much television that was really nonsense, and again, it's too late, and you feel tired, and you feel guilty. And this is what it is about. I mean, I can tell you in the morning, yeah, you should exercise, And no, you should not eat a whole bag of potato chips, but it doesn't help when you're on the couch feeling tired. You do not have the self-regulation, you do not have enough willpower. So what we should do, and I like this person a lot, this is Brian Wansink. He's an eat psychologist. And what he did is, that he said, okay, it's really hard for people somehow to stop eating this bag of potato chips. So he invented this tube filled with potato chips. Some of them are yellow, and sometimes they're red. And what does this red potato chip do? It communicates. You're on the couch, eating your potato chips, and then suddenly, stop. There's this red potato one. It's a kind of traffic light, tells you, no, I shouldn't. And in these studies that he done, he shows 50% of the people put on the lid and put it back. And that I like a lot, because it's helping me. It's triggering me to do the good thing. It's seducing me into the good thing. And that's what I think touchpoint communication is about. It's about trying to, on those critical moments that people have to make choices that are maybe good for big things, but we focus on the small things, then communicate in an inspirational way, inspire people to do good. And then we have to accept that we're not superhumans, that we're not able to regulate ourselves, that we do not have enough willpower. And we also have to accept that reality is not like this. It's not intention and a straight arrow to behavior. No, that's not the world. The world is like this. There's intention, and there's a whole labyrinth of things we go through. And this is us going through, and are all, we can turn to the left, we can turn to the right, and finally we end up somewhere at a certain point at behavior. Still going. And what we should do is to try to find those critical touch points. And do not focus on intention. Do not make intention that important, no. Try to find in this labyrinth, this is our world every day, try to find the touch points there, and there communicate in an inspirational way. So it's funny that I'm the first speaker in this block of Think Big, because what I like you to think is about those little moments of truth. But I think if we can really change those little moments of truth, then we can maybe change in a big way. So next time you start communicating and try to persuade people, try to think in touch points. Thank you.
Reint Jan Renes.